Here I am pitchside at Wembley with TNT's lead commentator Darren Fletcher, ahead of what we've just worked out is going to be your 36th season in the gantry.
I was quite happy for the start of the new season until you reminded me how old I am. So now I'm thinking, yeah, okay, but yeah, looking forward to it. Still as excited as ever.
Yeah, you look down there at all the trophies on display. TNT have got some massive competitions this season. What are you most looking forward to? What are you most excited about?
I love the Champions League, and I think we're in a little generation, a little sweet spot now where if you think the way that PSG won it last season, I think Barcelona will push them close and they play a similar brand of football. Liverpool are great to watch. City are going to be on the rebound. Arsenal play like they are. You can never discount Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. They're exciting teams. I think we're in this era where defensive football's gone out the window. You're going to win these competitions by attacking. You think about the young players at some of the big clubs, Yamal at Barcelona, Doué at PSG, Barcola at PSG. The players that Liverpool have signed. I mean, that competition is going to be off the scale. You'd be really brave to try and pin it down now and say, well, I think they're going to win it. I think the Premier League's going to be great because I think certainly for a large portion of the season, we'll get a genuine 4-team title race because I think City and Chelsea will be nearer to Liverpool, and you can't discount Arsenal based on the summer that they've had. And I also think that those teams just below, like we saw last season, are going to nick a few results here and there. So that can shake up that picture too. So I think there's so much to be excited about. Look at the players who have come in. City have restocked, Arsenal have restocked, Liverpool have, Chelsea always do it. I mean, even the clubs just outside of that are buying players. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. But I think the kind of football we're going to see, particularly in the Champions League, really is something that's going to get me off my seat. And then we get the World Cup at the end of it. So, I mean, it's just a fiesta, really.
And you'll have seen a lot of Viktor Gyökeres, Arsenal's new number 9 in the Champions League in recent seasons. How does he, I guess, succeed where Darwin Núñez didn't and translate scoring a lot of goals in Portugal to doing that in the Premier League?
I said the other day, we did a programme, and I said I might be a meme because I was quite negative about Viktor Gyökeres. And I'm thinking, you go from Coventry in the Championship, score a load of goals, you then go to Portugal, which is fine, but it's not a top 5 European league. And I think they're taking a chance that he can go into the Premier League and be that impactful. And I don't think it's a given. You know, and is he the penalty box, the 6-yard box finisher that Arsenal need? Or is he just a centre forward? Somebody gave me a stat the other day that his shot conversion ratio in the Champions League last season was lower than Kai Havertz. So he's coming in to replace Kai Havertz. Now, I think if you're Arsenal, you want to win the league. And you want to win a Champions League, you've got to go and get somebody tried and tested. Victor Osimhen was on the market. Alexander Isak is available for the right price, but you're signing Viktor Gyökeres. So, look, he might turn out to be great. He's in a team that's going to generate a lot of chances. But I wouldn't be bullish enough and confident enough to say I know he's going to go to Arsenal and score goals in a manner that I know that Isak is, if he goes to Liverpool, he's potentially going to win Footballer of the Year. And I knew that Haaland would come and score goals at Manchester City. I think there are question marks over Šeško at Manchester United, and I think there are question marks over Gyökeres at Arsenal.
Speaking to Didi Hamann at Ascot recently, he didn't think there were any question marks when it came to Florian Wirtz. He thinks he's got the physicality and the character to really thrive in the Premier League. I take it you go along with that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he's the player of all of them that I'm looking forward to watching more than anybody else. And I think we sometimes get players come to the Premier League and we've seen the best of them, and we're excited because we get them. But there's nothing that really surprises you. But he's 22, haven't seen the best of him yet. I think for the next 5 years, he's going to explode. And he's in a team with so many options. And I think it's tailor-made, Liverpool, the Premier League, for him. And he's such a talent. And I think if Liverpool win the league and he wins Player of the Year this season, year 1, it wouldn't surprise me because he's that good. And I think Mo Salah must be salivating at the prospect of him sitting in that number 10. Remember, think back to the Liverpool team that was Salah, Mane, Firmino. And Firmino used to drop into that little pocket, and then all of a sudden they got this look about them. Even though the shape is going to be slightly different, and if they get Isak, you'd maybe look at Salah, Isak, Ekitike. Him behind in there, firing the bullets and pulling the strings, I just think he's going to be great.
And if they do get Alexander Isak, and you mentioned that he's probably available for the right price, do the rest of us just give up and go home in terms of the title?
I think so. I mean, I think they're strong favourites anyway, because I just think they've got the squad and they've got the belief and they've got a really good manager. The track record's there. if you get Isak into that team, then I think you're looking at Liverpool as right there with PSG for the Champions League and Barcelona, as well as the Premier League. I think he's a fantastic player. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. I mean, if you think about it, he's never had a Haaland-type season. He's never had a Salah-type season. He scored goals in the 20s. You get him to Liverpool in that team, then you might start to see him score goals in the 30s and the 40s, and then you're starting to put him in the Ballon d'Or discussion, and you're starting to put him into the discussion for Footballer of the Year. And if you look at that Liverpool team then, where is the weakness? They've got 2 goalkeepers. They've got a plethora of fullbacks. They might need another centre-back. But they're going to have players like Dominic Szoboszlai on the bench. They're going to have people like Andy Robertson on the bench. They're going to have people like Cody Gakpo, the best striker in the Netherlands, on the bench. So, I don't know, you stop them. We looked at City, and you kind of say, how do you stop City? And then injuries came, and Rodri didn't play, and Haaland got injured, and that's how you stop City. But you look at this Liverpool team with Alexander Isak, and it's going to be a hell of a team to start.
Should talk to you about your beloved Forest as well. Back in European football, I'm sure you'll try and commentate a bit of them next year. As it stands, it's going to be Europa League. How difficult will it be for Forest to emulate what they achieved last season with European football as well to juggle with?
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult because they did punch above their weight last year. Depth was the big issue. They were shattered by the end of the season. The important thing is they've only lost Anthony Elanga. They've replaced him with Dan Ndoye, who is not a lot different. I think Ndoye is going to be a good player for them. But they kept Gibbs White, they kept Anderson, they kept Murillo, kept Milenkovic. Very important. Given new contracts to 1 or 2, Ola Aina. So I think they'll be fine. I think the floor is okay for Forest. We know what the floor is. You know, they're a top 10 Premier League team based on what they've got. Not had a great pre-season, 1 goal in 7 games, so that's slightly concerning. But again, it's fine. It's going to be that. How do you combine Thursday and Sunday and the toll it takes on the squad? Have they added enough depth? I'm not necessarily sure that they have. Maybe there'll be a slight regression in league terms. But I think if they drop into the Conference League, whether it's Forest or Palace, you'd make them really strong contenders to win it. Europa League would be more glamorous for them, better teams. And they'll fill the City ground regardless. So it's an exciting time to be a Forest fan. The owner's extremely ambitious, and I don't think he's going to take a backward step. He's going to keep putting his money where his mouth is and buying players. There's a real ambition to play European football every season. They're going to improve the ground. It's a good time to be alive if you're a Forest fan, and I think we're all kind of sat there saying, well, what's the worst it can be? 11th in the Premier League? We're League One not that long ago. Championship for donkey's years. More managers than you could fit inside this stadium, and now we're in the Premier League and worrying about what this season might look like. Great time to be alive. Come on, you Reds. Let's have a good season.
That sounds a really positive note to end on. Fletch, thanks for joining us. Look forward to hearing you on TNT throughout the season.
Thank you. Good to talk to you.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.